On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you.
And welcome to the Smith Hole. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything podcast, joined by one Tim Logan for the first time since the last Smith Hole.
Since the last time. Sounds like 80s radio cliches, like
It's really true, though.
stick around on the flip or whatever they would say.
Oh, thanks. Every once in a while, it's embedded in your system.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like the cheesy radio things eventually, inevitably, kind of creep in once in a while. Just
That's
like
true.
That. But it's like love for the Lions. You know what I mean? It's just crept in our whole lives, and we can't get rid of it. And you thought it was going to suck our whole lives, and now it doesn't.
I'm astonished. I didn't know that this day that we're living in today is something I would ever see, and I don't know how to handle it.
I don't know how to feel.
No.
I don't know how to feel.
And I don't know how to feel when I go, like I've got, every season, I end up with a bigger, even dumber looking Lions hat. Like
It's
it's just
a beautiful
it's just,
Honolulu
it's
blue and
giant
silver hat.
and I like it. But I have a ton of hats, zero Lions shirt, like zero hoodies or shirts.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, I'll go pick one up on the way today. Yeah, everywhere is sold out.
Of course they are.
And I'm like,
It's
it's
nuts.
new. It's new to me.
It's new. It's nuts. I really walk the line a lot of times between, being of the opinion of you guys didn't fucking pay attention to the Lions before and you are now. Fuck off. Like, what did Dan Campbell say? He's like, you weren't on the train before, motherfuckers. He's
Yeah.
like, you don't get to get on the train now. But there's also something to just all of a sudden this team is so beloved and hot and everybody loves them.
Yeah.
It is so awesome to see the Lions everywhere at work last night. So many people are wearing Lions gear and everybody's saying to each other, "Go Lions!" Like in the middle of a fine dining restaurant and yelling across. Thankfully,
I know.
there was no Jared Goff chance. There was no Jared Goff.
Did you
chance.
see, like, fireworks are now like the horse and buggy? Because
Are you talking about the drone?
the drone stuff,
Yeah.
where they had like a drone, and it's like the same crap they used in Spider-Man, where it's like hundreds of drones, and they all have lights attached with different colors, and the thing's a lion eating the 49ers logo.
I saw some
and
of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was fucking
it's
cool, man.
incredible.
It's honestly.
How do they do it?
This is seriously the way the Lions winning the Super Bowl had to be. Like,
Yeah.
when we talked a lot about, like, on the show before and just mentioned we're living in the future, all of this new
Yeah.
shit, right? It's totally like a Back to the Future 2 fucking type world. We have
Cubs
AI,
win.
we have drone shows in the fucking sky. That's the kind of time in history we have to live in if the Detroit Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl.
That's where we're at, and I don't even know when they win this game tonight, and they're like, the Lions, Detroit Lions going to Super Bowl. Like, I'm gonna cry like a tiny child. Like, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, it is happening.
I cried quite a bit on the last game. I didn't cry in the game before the Matt Stafford game because I was too amped up and fucking stressed out. But I cried several times, like before, during, and after that game.
It hasn't happened yet because I don't know why. Like, I've been totally intensely into it, and it's all I think the whole time is like, damn it, Dad, you're 10 years too late, man. Like, this shit would have been amazing. Like, he would have been so psyched. And that's the stuff that will get me when they get to it.
Yeah.
Because that'll be the stuff on my mind.
I can see that,
But-
And we talked a little bit, before we went rolling with this thing. If they win, we're having a watch party here with the bros and my dad.
Yeah.
And like the whole family will be in the living room, and then we're going to
crazy.
be in here, and then the kids can come in if they don't fucking touch anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's my dad was showing some kind of kickback to that. He's like, I think I just might want to stay in the house and watch the game. I'm like, fuck that, man.
No.
No, dude. This is honestly, it's for Smith-Starity's sake at this fucking point.
always
you gotta
remember
fucking
it.
do it.
You'll
Always
remember
record
it.
it.
Always recording, yeah. And you'll always remember it,
That's the thing, man. It's
the
just
first
like,
time the Lions made the Super Bowl.
we were just talking about how and it's a family thing, and that fucking same thing with that dude in the stands at Ford Field who was crying, whose dad had built Ford Field and passed away. And it's just like there's so many fucking stories like that. And there's other sports teams that have similar, but fuck off right now, it's the Lions. But it's just like there is so many examples of that in the entire state of Michigan and around. It's fucking crazy. Of just families and generations finally just going, oh my fucking God, I can't even believe it.
Right.
Because like when they went to the fucking Super Bowl, or they didn't go to the Super Bowl for, but when they went to the NFC Championship game before, I was talking about it on Talk Practice today.
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't a fluke, but it was like it was a year of inspiration because of the Mike Utley injury and the thumbs up thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was a rallying cry sort of season, which this is too. But it's they've built it into this rather than it just being a one off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they just look amazing. Like watching Lions play football, I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. Like the offensive, the plays they're calling, the motion, the whole thing. I'm like, I'm so used to coming up on 3rd and 7 and a 2-yard pass to nobody, and we fail again and just misery
again.
and just not even a chance. Like in years past, you go, okay, they got to the playoffs. I'm excited, and they inevitably get crushed because they just barely made the playoffs. But this is I don't know how I'd have felt if it was another one of those like 9-8 whatevers.
Yeah.
No, they like dominated people, and they've been great. And I'm not even scared about today. I'm just excited.
I'm excited and I'm not scared. And
Yeah.
you said the thing when they win. You said that earlier. When they win, you corrected yourself and you made it a point to say it. I haven't got to that point yet. Because it's hard, man. It's really hard to like just all of a sudden switch that mindset of a toxic relationship. You know what I mean? And be like, it's okay now.
He won't hit me again.
No. Hey, put some steak on it this time. You know what I mean?
It's totally true, though.
It's totally hard because it is hardwired in our fucking brain. Because not only has it been just like the play, like you said, oh, it's 3rd and fucking 7, let's go for 2. It again and again and again.
Yeah.
But it was fucking season after season. Oh, fuck. Oh, maybe. Fuck. Maybe. Fuck. But it was just like, okay, here's another coach. Here's another fucking system. Here's another this. Here's another that.
2
You're
years,
just like, oh my
3
God,
years.
dude. You couldn't.
Getting excited when you win your first game in 12 weeks.
And
You
then,
know, stuff like that. Like,
what were your thoughts on the kneecap biting?
I remember when he came
what
up.
was your first impression?
I remember going, well, we just got rid of Matt Patricia, and that dude was like really
Grade
gross
A turd.
garbage that had been out in the sun for a long time. And
rotting,
he was
fermenting.
terrible. Like maybe the worst I'd ever seen the Lions have as a coach.
It
Like,
was really selfishly great to see that motherfucker get shit
Just
canned
torched.
and just torched out of fucking
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Way to go, dickhead.
But they brought in Dan Campbell, and he's doing the kneecaps thing, and I'm like, all right, so I mean, I remember when that guy played here. Maybe he's a meathead. Who knows? Maybe that's what they need. It was the same old thing where I went, well, he's different. I got to give him a year.
Yeah.
And then they did the Stafford trade, and I went, well, we're screwed. I was wrong. Like,
There are a lot of people that were wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I felt about having Jared Goff, and I think there's a lot of people that would admit the same thing.
Yeah, I
Be
thought
like,
he was
"Dude,
going to be a trade piece.
Thought he was a trade piece, you
Yeah.
know? And but just the
Yep.
way that dude has just
He's solid.
injected
He's no
his
nerves.
fucking yeah. I was like, I really felt like I loved how genuine he was. I didn't know that kneecap thing. I was just like, I'm pretty good at telling how you could tell he was nervous
Sure.
in
Yeah.
that fucking thing, right? So
Yeah.
maybe meant to say it a little bit differently, and it came off a little bit differently.
Kneecaps. Ah, why did
You
I
know
say
what I mean?
kneecaps? Like,
But
I
it's
can't
just like
believe
they-
it.
If you look past those fucking quotes, it is so genuine and so smart
Yeah.
that it was just like, and then especially if you followed fucking Hard Knocks and you paid attention
Yeah.
to the brilliant social media from the Detroit Lions.
Yes. It's been great.
You just fucking know that it's different, man. And all the people that would talk shit, all they did was watch that fucking soundbite, and they were just like, yeah, okay, grit, fuck off.
Big dummy. Yeah. That's what everybody kind of thought, including most of us to some extent. And a year in, you went, well, there was a lot of change. Stafford's gone. You know, the team was obviously not good going into Dan Campbell getting here. And then you go, year two, they'll be better. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then they were bad, like really bad, but then something just
They were bad, but they were
Snapped.
close, and you could see it.
And
You
they-
know what I mean?
And they got that 7-game streak towards the end of last year, and they went from 1-6 or 7, something like that, and then just boom, won the rest out.
Damn near. I think they only
Yeah.
lost 2 games in that stretch, maybe 3.
And you went, hey, they're winning a lot of games.
No,
they didn't
it
make
was-
the playoffs. If they hadn't put such a giant hole at the beginning, they'd have made the playoffs last year.
No, they really flipped a switch, and you could see it happen. And but I still, again, even though I've watched it happen and watched all the things and all the Hard Knocks, I can't wait for that fucking quarterback series on Netflix that Peyton Manning does. They follow Amon-Ra St. Brown around.
Oh,
I guess
that'll be
this
cool.
season.
I didn't know that was the thing.
I think so, man. But just with the amount of access that you've got and you've been able to follow it, you want to talk about fucking injecting Honolulu blue and silver into your veins.
I walked into Meijer yesterday, and at the front, they had Lions stuff, which is cool. And they had this display ceiling high blue Hawaiian punch.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm like,
I love
oh,
it. You
okay.
didn't buy some?
I did not buy any.
Oh, man.
Just because I'm like, what am I going to mix it with? I'm drinking
that's
Hawaiian
true.
punch.
I do drink Hawaiian punch. Now that you're sober, there's no fucking point.
Drinking Hawaiian punch on its own.
Dude, honestly, can you imagine how fucking hammered we would get if this was 15 years ago?
The Lions would go to the Super Bowl, and I'd be that asshole player on the team that gets busted the night before the game, just terrible things. Not even have to be in Vegas.
Man.
Just
I'm talking us collectively.
oh god,
Both collectively,
Yeah.
too. It wasn't just a knock at you and your son.
Oh no!
I wasn't just being like, ha ha, drunk Tim would have fucking dead.
Remember your disease?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it would have been real bad. Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
How do you think this is going to go?
I think it's gonna go 2 ways, one of 2 ways, and believe it or not, I think both ways are Lions winning that game. It's gonna be so ridiculously even, and the Lions capitalize on something and they win, or they just come out and they just kind of like when they came out against the Rams and just touchdown. They just come out and just do business and get it done. And it's not even in question with 6 minutes left in the game.
Man, that's the way I want it to go.
And
it's far too much to ask for a blowout against a team like San Francisco. That ain't just going to fucking happen. I don't want to say they'll be lucky if they win, but it's going to be close. Or, I don't know. I hope it's like that, though.
yeah,
I hope it's like that.
set the tone. Gibbs running, Monty, 1-2, start running.
I honestly, I always feel like they're so smart, that coaching staff in general, but of course Ben Johnson. I really feel like he's been waiting to drop some fucking dimes. James Williams has proven himself and is proving himself more and more. But
Yeah.
I feel like that motherfucker is just going to get unleashed.
Yeah.
There's a very real possibility
The
that he's just.
speed Yeah. And I mean, each week the defense again, the team we're playing has gotten like tougher. And I don't know. They're just, I'm not afraid anymore. It's like Home Alone. I'm just not afraid anymore. Cause you see, okay, you double cover J-Mo and you do things to try and stop Amon-Ra. And like, you still got Craig Reynolds doing stuff. Or not Craig Reynolds, Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
But like you stop one of them and another one's gonna. And Goff reads this shit. Like it's really difficult to stop the Lions' offense.
It's really fucking.
And
difficult.
I've never said that in my life.
But Levi brought it up at some point. You know, he's a pretty attentive football fan.
Yeah.
And he was like, Detroit is basically, or San Francisco is basically Detroit, but in 5 years. Or in 3 years, or whatever the fucking terms he used, you know.
Having been to the NFC
They
Championship,
kind of are built the same way.
3 out of 4.
Scheme-wise
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah, it's
personnel-wise, you know what I mean? Similarly built.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like playing themselves in a way.
It's the first time the first overall draft pick, Goff, plays the Mr. Irrelevant, the last overall draft pick.
Really something,
in
isn't
Purdy.
it?
Purdy. He's Purdy.
And honestly, people that talk shit about you better fucking expect I think a huge game from that dude.
Oh, he's it's
'cause
insane that he's as good as he is.
And the way people talk shit, I mean, dude, again, it's a similar system. So if you have a quarterback that can, you don't want to call it a game manager, right? You don't want to call it a game manager.
Trent Dilfer.
But you got to fucking be able to read defenses. You have to be able to execute the things that need to be executed, or else why the fuck are you even there?
That guy, I think part of his success is he's playing with house money. He's Mr. Irrelevant, last pick, so nobody expected much. And then he's like Clerks. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
That's exactly right.
He's just doing it. He's just out there throwing.
Yeah.
And making crazy throws.
That's exactly
because he didn't no pressure. You know what was the other guy? Trey Lance or whomever, and
I don't know,
Jimmy
but I remember
G was on that team.
feeling so fucking bad for that team, and I won't anymore. Now you can go fuck yourself.
Niners.
Yeah, I remember feeling so bad for them last year when Brock Purdy went out, and they just had nobody, and I was like, dude, that sucks. What a fucking terrible feeling that's got to be.
Oh yeah, when you. Just what did they do? Didn't they have a wide receiver throwing or something just to finish the game?
Water boy, I don't know.
Cool. Hope they make the Super Bowl with no quarterbacks.
But now it's different. Now I don't feel bad for you at all.
The Lions are the team that Zach Ertz, like tight end from the Cardinals for some years, signed with. Like we're the team now that it's like, you know what? I might get that ring over there. I'm going to go play with those guys. Like, we're that team. We're that team now.
I know, but I don't know.
How is that possible?
I know it's a true story, man. And the way that they're going to be able to add players in the future because of just Dan Campbell's reputation and Brad Holmes' reputation and things like that is going to be fucking crazy.
That's the thing is you can't suck and be in Detroit and expect guys that are excellent to just come there. You got to be good in order to convince those guys, because it's Detroit.
It's a brand new
No
thing.
offense, Detroit. But like it's like wanting people to play in Cleveland. Hi, I'm in Cleveland. Like,
but people used to say that about Detroit.
well, yeah.
I'm in Detroit. Dude, how many
If you're good.
Through the years, how many fucking shit jokes have we heard about Detroit from
God.
like the national fucking media or whatever?
Right.
You know what I mean? The few times that the Lions went to the playoffs in the last like 20 fucking years, it's just always like, Detroit, who wants to fucking live there? When the Super Bowl was in Detroit, so many people talk shit.
But there's a balance in the force. Apparently, we're like the Lions are good, the Pistons are the worst ever.
And the way it is genuinely like lifting up that city.
Yeah.
The way it is genuinely lifting up that city. And it's similar in a way, even though Detroit is not undergoing like huge social strife right now. But it's similar to like when the Tigers, if I get my decades wrong or details wrong,
68.
Is it They won the '68 World Series, and it was the year after the riots.
Yeah.
The year after the riots, and it was such a healing effect on the city. Right?
Yes, I'm just laughing.
You're laughing. I was like, did I get this fucking shit wrong?
Riots aren't funny, but
But
someone we know named the G-Man used to talk about driving tanks down Woodward.
Oh my god!
Like, no, you
dickhead.
didn't. No, you didn't.
What a fucking dickhead! What a dickhead that guy is. Like, you don't know if that fucking story's true. First of all, and then if it was, of course that guy did, because he's just a fucking asshole.
After that, he just headed north. Yep.
Oh man!
But it is uplifting the city. It's
It's fucking great, man. I
It
love
is.
how much everybody is talking about it.
You know
it
what?
is my favorite thing.
You know what makes me happy about it too is you got like Bob Seger on the sideline. You got Eminem obviously doing little voiceover things. You got Big Sean, which I'm not really familiar with what the hell
I don't know
Big
who he
Sean
is.
does. He's a rapper, but he's famous from Detroit. And the one guy they haven't dragged out, Kid Rock.
Why did you even say that out loud?
Well, they
They're
haven't.
gonna fucking jinx everything.
No, they're not gonna drag him out.
No, you're gonna jinx it, and he's gonna fucking show up.
No, it's like too.
Well, probably because Bud Light's the sponsor of that fucking drone show that they had and shit like that. Their fucking Bud Light can is in the
true.
fucking Ford Field.
It is true.
There's no way they're having Kid Rock there. They're like, fuck that guy.
I'm so glad for Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels and Peyton Manning did the tub thing out at what the hell did they do last year when they broke the curse?
I don't remember exactly. I
Yeah.
tried to bring it up, and it's not on YouTube. I don't think.
Oh.
There's clips of it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there was whiskey in the bathtub, and they took a bath in whiskey or something
That's what
like
it
that.
was, and they broke the
Because
Bobby
fucking
Lane.
Bobby Lane was a giant whiskey drinker.
Yeah,
And whatever they did, fucking might have worked.
yeah.
Like, honestly, if I was... no, I don't want to say what I would do. I don't want to say what I would do. I don't want to say what I might do to Peyton Manning if he broke the curse. Or do for Peyton Manning if he broke the curse.
Just
But,
watch his show.
You know?
That's
just
what
watch
you
his
do.
show.
Yeah.
You know? What a fucking gem of a human that guy is. If he broke that goddamn curse, I would subscribe to everything he's ever done. I would become his biggest hero, or his biggest fan. He'd be my biggest hero.
Like,
and then Dan Campbell, of course.
He would really like me. Yeah, I'd be his biggest hero.
Dude, honestly, I'm just rambling about fucking just how much I love this fucking team.
Yeah.
Like, we're only going to be on for probably another 10-ish minutes or so, because here's the thing. We're just going to go an hour before kickoff. Nobody really gives a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Give a fuck. But I was cooking before you got here.
Yes.
And we were going to eat before we went live on this fucking podcast, but I was cutting bacon, slicing bacon, and like a fucking idiot, I don't know how I fucking don't have a cutting board anymore. There's so many things that I had in the old place that I might have thrown away or whatever. I don't know where the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I don't have a cutting board. So I'm like, what the fuck? And a plate out. I have my plate. And I was cutting bacon on that. Sliced bacon. Sliced my fucking thumb. And again, I moved and my fucking knife set had thrown away because it was garbage. I had it from my wedding 20 years ago.
Whoa.
I kept that and thrown it away. Anyway, so they're brand new knives, and they're so fucking sharp. And
no.
I was trying to stop this fucking thing from bleeding for I bet a half an hour before I finally got it stopped bleeding enough to fucking put super glue on it and fucking seal that deal. But I was just like cooking. You saw me. I was trying to fucking cook all one-handed.
You're like
and
grabbing in the salt and stuff, like open wound.
Yeah, we would have eaten already, but now we got to fucking eat, and I got to fucking make food before that game starts because I don't want to be fucking around in the kitchen.
Yeah, at this point, I can vaguely hear down the hall, like the TV. I think the Chiefs are still eating the Ravens.
Really?
I'm not even sure what Super Bowl opponent I would prefer because
I don't give a fuck.
fair enough.
I don't.
I know.
That's got to be the attitude, man. You know, especially because I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to predict they're going to win the fucking game. I don't know what the score is going to be, but I'll say they win by 3 points.
Okay.
They win by 3 points. Lions
Yeah.
by 3.
if I could take it. I don't know if I could take
The old
it.
ticker. It's not good for the old ticker, but it is good for the old ticker.
It is.
You know,
It's
invigorating.
invigorating.
Live if the fucking Lions are winning like this.
It's very difficult to explain it to people that are like not sports fans at all. Like they just don't even get sports in the slightest. Like almost irritated that it's on television. And I'm like, I know this is illogical, but I will be very emotional for the next 2 weeks if this game goes the way I want it to today. Why? That doesn't make any sense. You're a grown ass man.
You don't make any fucking sense.
I'm like, I know, but it's just how it is. I'm like, there's a lot going. I don't even know how to communicate it. I will be borderline upset for the next 14 days. And I don't care about the Pro Bowl, but I will be upset leading up to that day. And I'm like, I'm like, you won't be able to find me that Sunday. Like Super Bowl Sunday, I will be somewhere, like just taking that game in. Like, I don't even know.
Fuck, man, I would have you come over here, but there ain't no goddamn microphones or room for you.
No, you got to do your dad and brother thing.
Well, so let's not call these fucking. Let's not call these. Call this before it happens.
Well, no.
Say that. We got to fucking see what happens first.
Staying positive, manifesting. You know. But
so I feel like they're going to fucking win.
I do.
I think they can win. I think they can win.
They can win. I believe that. I'm not if they pull off some special plays, they'll win. Like, no, if they play good, like they can, they'll win.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something?
If they had, like, they've never had a team that is
No.
good enough to win a Super Bowl in my fucking lifetime.
No.
And it's just so fucking foreign.
Every
It's hard to
team
sit
they've
with.
had, they had to pull off a fast one to like get to the playoffs. How many years did I watch them like amazingly on the last play of the game, week 16, beat Favre and they get to the playoffs only to go to Green Bay and play Favre the next week and get slaughtered yet again. Woo, 9-7. Ooh.
Was that fucking Dallas? Was that a Dallas playoff game when they called that pass interference?
That was a Dallas playoff.
Was that
game.
a playoff game or was that
Yeah.
a regular season game?
That was like 14 or 16,
Oh my God,
somewhere
I can't-
around there.
Yep.
Because Calvin was still a part of the team, and yeah,
It's just things like that. It's just things like that ruin
all
your
the
fucking
memories,
soul.
all the memories. Like I remember the last when they were in the NFC Championship game against the Cowboys. Like I have the weirdest. You know how sometimes I'm absent-minded as hell. Like I can't remember anything, but I can remember like the clothing my family was wearing, and we were like my uncle came over, and we were like, I can't believe they did it. Like they got to the NFC Championship game, and my dad was like, I got you a shirt, son. I'm like, yes.
How old were you? Just a couple years younger than me, right?
92. I would have been like 12,
Yeah,
going
just
on
a couple
13.
years younger than me, yeah.
Yeah, I was like 12 years old. And
I think I said the other day I went to 4 games. That's not right. I probably went to only 1 or 2. I'm probably thinking I went to more than I did.
that's funny.
That season, 1 or 2.
I never went to the Silver Dome for Lions games. I went to the Silver Dome for the frickin' Panthers, the Michigan Panthers. Yeah. My parents like volunteered to work like concessions and stuff because they thought it was cool. So they'd take me along and I'd just be like, I got popcorn. I don't care.
I really had to talk myself out of getting tickets for one of these last games. The Matt Stafford, the Rams game or the Bucks game, because I really wanted to be there. And I don't even really like going to the games that much anymore.
People spent like $1,500 to go last week's.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl, like, you know, if you try to get tickets to that, it's like $14,000 and up. Like, insanity. Like, I guess if I can't buy a house, I can't go to the Super Bowl. Like,
so you're telling me I can't buy a house?
I'm not saying you can. No, this Smith Hole the Third. Nice work.
You think so?
Nice. Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah, it's legit. It's got an old timey tub in the other room. Like, this place is great.
It's certainly old timey. It's a fucking. There's a dude who came in. There was some water issue the other day, and dude came up here to make sure there was no leaks up here because something was leaking downstairs.
Was it bidet related?
No.
Okay.
No, I did that project up in Tight and Dry. Yeah. But he came up here and was like, "Oh man, you got a tub with feet on it," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking just trying to navigate it without dying, and there's no like rails or anything."
You got all that suction floor stuff like the traction.
I do have
stuff.
that on my, but it's like the way that the fucking what you call that, the shower curtain ring is hooked up, is that it's basically inside of the tub. There's only like a certain amount of room to like walk around and like do the things you need to do. Yeah. And I'm going to trip and fall and fucking die in this place because of that goddamn thing.
2024, the year the Lions go to the Super Bowl finally, and you get a life alert.
I'm old.
I've fallen.
I did foresee, though.
I can't get up.
I did foresee laying down in that tub for an actual bath. And just pulling total dude Lebowski sitting there going, far out, man. And just like fucking jamming the tunes in the tub with a candle going and smoking a fucking joint. I could pull one of those once in a while.
Somebody comes and pees on your rug.
Hopefully not.
No. Going back to the bidet thing, because I know you talked about this in your previous Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Or at least I saw the screen grab about the Clean Butt Club.
Yeah. I walked into work and my manager goes, "So what's the Clean Butt Club?" I'm like, "No, I have a bidet now."
I have a bidet now. So it's hilarious. Ryan, our friend, and never my old co-host, but you co-hosted with him before.
Yeah.
He, for Christmas, after we visited him around Christmas time, was like, "I want to get these dudes something." He's been raving on the bidets for years.
Trying to sell us on it.
Yeah. So get a package in the mail. And I'm like, what the hell is Tushy? Like,
well, it was like, it felt weird going to the post office to pick it up. You know, because it was, I'd be like, "Hey, I got a, is there a box from Tushy back there from Smith?"
What do you call you, like Smith Lord the Third or something, like Smithington?
On the fucking things, Lord Nathaniel Smithington the Third, some fucking bullshit like that.
So he gets it, and he's like, we received them, and he's like, "Come on, hook them up. I want you guys to join the Clean Butt Club." And you would put yours together, and we're like, "This is amazing. That's great." After the Lions beat the Rams 2 weeks back, I'm like, it's 11:30 on a Sunday night. I'm like, I'm pumped. I want to put this thing together. I hate little household chores like this, but I'm going to do it. And I go in there, and all you got to do is turn your water valve off on your toilet, unscrew a thing, screw another thing on. That's it.
Yeah. It was really simple.
I turn the valve on the toilet, falls off in my hands.
Dude, you sound like you had an old-ass toilet.
That pipe is just rusted out. So it's blowing up all over, and it's like midnight on a Sunday, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Why the fuck?
What am I going to do?
Why the fuck were you installing a bidet at midnight?
Because I'm like, how easy could this be? And I didn't want to be left out. Like, Ryan took the time to do this shit.
You could have done
so
it
I'm
during
like, I don't want to be left out of this.
You could have done it in the daytime.
Yeah, I was psyched for the game and I couldn't concentrate, so I was like, "Oh, it's game time!" And then I was so excited after they beat the Rams. I was like, just this like rage of like empowerment, like they did it. I'm gonna go do something great.
Funny.
And so I go into the bathroom and I go to do the thing, and it's blowing up, and I'm like, "Ah, shit!" I like got towels and it's blasting in my face, and I'm like, "God damn it!" I don't know. I'm trying to be quiet because everyone else in the house is asleep.
I love that.
The cat is like, "What are you doing, man? Like, this is where I go to." I'm like, "I know." So
it's just like this fucking
catastrophe.
It's just like this catastrophe that you're trying to keep as quiet as possible.
Yes.
You know what that's like?
I don't know.
I zipped my dick up once.
Oh.
On accident. I didn't wear underwear back then.
Oh, no.
I was in the Army, and I got out. I was on leave from the Army, and I was visiting.
Yours is worse.
I was visiting my buddies near Detroit. Actually, just after or just before I watched that Barry Sanders 2,000-yard game at the Silverdome.
Okay.
But me and my buddy were going out with these chicks that we met, right? And they came to the apartment, and I was in the bathroom changing, and I zipped up like the very inside of the shaft.
Oh no!
And it didn't get caught in there, thankfully. But these chicks were in the fucking living room, and I was in the bathroom with the door shut, obviously. And I just started like silent screaming. I was jumping up and down in this bathroom going like that for like fucking, I don't know, man. It seemed like it was fucking worse. Way worse than cutting this goddamn finger.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not have this game be a proverbial get your dick caught in the zipper.
Yeah, let's not do that. I'm wearing underwear.
Sorry for that.
Now you know.
Sorry for that.
But the outcome, by the way, to my bidet, it's still unhooked because I finally had some like other plumbing parts. I put in another like valve thing. I was like, stop the water from exploding.
But you don't have your bidet hooked up yet.
No, and then I'm like, it's not leaking. It's I got to go to work at 7 hours. It's not leaking. I'm done. Tiptoeing away from it, like, nope, that's it.
How long did it take you?
To fix it?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole catastrophe took like all 7 minutes.
Okay.
But it was
It
for a minute
seemed
there.
longer.
For a minute there, it was like, I have doomed us to I am Aquaman now, and I just live in the ocean. This sucks. Damn bidet. And so I'm getting some plumbing done. And I'm going to have a professional put the bidet on.
No, you don't need to have the professional.
I don't need him to, but I just need that part fixed.
Right, but if you fix the part with that was broken on the toilet, then you'll be able to install it yourself.
Should be able to, yeah.
You don't want to have somebody put that bidet in. It's so easy. You're going to feel terrible about yourself.
Well, my other option is to put it in the other bathroom, but I don't personally use that bathroom very much.
Yeah, you don't want to put it in there.
No.
You got to keep it for your bathroom.
Be the clean butt adjacent club.
On that note,
All right.
we're going to get the fuck out of here because I'm going to cook and we're going to watch the Lions. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about the Lions. I love them. I want them to win. This is going to be the greatest game that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep. I'm going to cry. Not right now. I'm still happy. I'll be happy then, but you know what I mean.
Your prediction is the Lions then, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm very confident in it. Not even like wishy-washy.
I'm
like
very
just
confident.
Hoping. No, I'm very
I'm
confident
very
in it.
apprehensive, though. I'm
nervous.
I'm very apprehensive.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. All right. Let's cook some turkey burgers and stuff. Peace out. Go fucking Lions.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there. By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch! Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog. I love y'all very much. Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
What the hell, everything?